Hi guys, welcome back to an interesting topic. We all know about Champions League, which is loved by all people in the world. So we are diving into the history of Champions League. The history of the UEFA Champions League. The UEFA Champions League, often referred to simply as the Champions League, is the most prestigious club football tournament in Europe. It has a rich and storied history, featuring the continent's finest football clubs battling it out for the ultimate glory. Since its inception in 1955, the Champions League has captured the imagination of fans worldwide and has become an integral part of the football calendar. Origins and early years, 1955 to 1992. The origins of the Champions League can be traced back to the mid-1950s when the French sports newspaper L'Équipe proposed a European club competition to rival the Intercities Fairs Cup. The inaugural edition, known as the European Cup, kicked off in 1955 to 1956, featuring 16 teams from across Europe. Real Madrid, the dominant force of the time, won the first 5 tournaments from 1956 to 1960, establishing themselves as early powerhouses. Over the next few decades, the European Cup underwent several format changes and expansions. The number of participating teams increased, and the competition became more inclusive, allowing champions from multiple countries to participate. In 1967, Celtic FC became the first British club to win the tournament, breaking the Spanish and Italian dominance. The 1970s witnessed a shift in power as Bayern Munich, Ajax, and Liverpool took center stage. Bayern Munich won 3 consecutive titles from 1974 to 1976, under the guidance of coach Udo Lattek and the prolific scoring of Gerd Müller. Ajax, led by the visionary Rinus Michels and with players like Johan Cruyff, won 3 consecutive titles from 1971 to 1973, showcasing their mesmerizing total football style. Liverpool, managed by Bill Shankly and later Bob Paisley, dominated the late 1970s and early 1980s, clinching 4 titles in 8 years. Introduction of the UEFA Champions League, 1992 to 2003. In 1992, the Champions League, as we know it today, was born. The competition underwent a rebranding, adopting a group stage format in addition to the knockout rounds. This expansion allowed more teams to participate and increased the number of matches, providing greater excitement for fans. The early years of the revamped tournament were dominated by Italian clubs. AC Milan, led by Arrigo Sacchi, triumphed in 1994, while Juventus emerged victorious in 1996. The mid-1990s also saw the emergence of a new force in European football, FC Barcelona. Coached by Johan Cruyff and boasting an array of talent, including Romario and Hristo Stoichkov, Barcelona won their first ever Champions League title in 1992. The turn of the century saw Real Madrid reclaim their status as Europe's premier club. Galacticos, such as Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo, and Luis Figo, led the Spanish giants to 3 Champions League triumphs between 1998 and 2002. However, their dominance was interrupted by Bayern Munich's memorable triumph in 2001, when they defeated Valencia in a dramatic penalty shootout. Rise of the Premier League era, 2003 to 2012. The early 2000s marked a shift in power as English clubs began to assert their dominance. The Champions League final in 2005 produced one of the competition's most extraordinary. Manchester United won the title in 2008 under the guidance of Sir Alex Ferguson, defeating Chelsea in a thrilling penalty shootout. It was their 3rd Champions League triumph, cementing their status as one of Europe's elite clubs. However, the emergence of Barcelona as a dominant force would define this era. Coached by Pep Guardiola and led by the brilliant Lionel Messi, Barcelona played an exquisite brand of possession-based football known as tiki-taka. They won the Champions League in 2009 and 2011, showcasing their technical brilliance and dismantling opponents with ease. The 2010 final between Inter Milan and Bayern Munich brought the spotlight back to Italian football. Inter, managed by José Mourinho, secured a historic treble that season, with the Champions League being the pinnacle. Mourinho's tactical prowess and the brilliance of players like Wesley Sneijder and Samuel Eto'o propelled Inter Milan to their first European triumph since 1965. Spanish dominance and Ronaldo-Messi rivalry, 2012 to 2018. The period from 2012 to 2018 witnessed Spanish dominance in the Champions League, with Real Madrid and Barcelona taking center stage. Real Madrid, now led by José Mourinho, clinched the title in 2014, marking their 10th European crown, famously known as La Decima. However, the most captivating story of this era was the rivalry between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Both players were at the peak of their powers and consistently shattered records. Messi guided Barcelona to another triumph in 2015, while Ronaldo spearheaded Real Madrid to a historic 3 consecutive titles from 2016 to 2018. This period saw them compete for the title of the world's best player, with each leaving an indelible mark on the competition. Recent years and unexpected triumphs, 2019 to 2021. The Champions League has always been known for its unpredictability, and recent years have been no exception. The 2019 edition saw Liverpool, led by Jurgen Klopp, produce another remarkable comeback in the semi-finals, overturning a 3-0 first-leg deficit against Barcelona. They went on to win the final against Tottenham Hotspur, securing their 6th European crown. In 2020, the Champions League faced unprecedented challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The tournament was suspended for several months before resuming in a condensed format. Bayern Munich emerged as the champions, displaying their ruthless efficiency and winning all their matches en route to the title. The 2020-2021 season saw another surprise as Chelsea, under the guidance of Thomas Tuchel, claimed their 2nd Champions League title. They defeated Manchester City in the final, showcasing their defensive solidity and counter-attacking prowess. And again the Real Madrid won the Champions League in last season. Conclusion and legacy. The UEFA Champions League has evolved significantly since its inception in 1955, transforming into a global spectacle that captures the imagination of football fans worldwide. It has witnessed dominant eras of clubs and players, memorable comebacks, and unexpected triumphs, contributing to its allure. The UEFA Champions League has evolved from its humble beginnings to become the pinnacle of club football, captivating fans with its rich history, fierce rivalries, and iconic moments. From Real Madrid's early dominance to Barcelona's mesmerizing tiki-taka and the ongoing Ronaldo-Messi rivalry, the tournament has seen its fair share of legends and unforgettable matches. As we approach the present day, the Champions League continues to evolve. We'll discuss recent winners, emerging teams, and the exciting prospects for the future.